Oh dear God, I'm out!
Kevin! Welcome back. You want some coffee? It's perfectly bad.
You got rid of half of all life to solve starvation? What kind of nonsense, Malthusian bullshit is that? Do you know what actually causes starvation?
Gonna be honest here, not really.
Supply chains! Planes, boats, trucks, and you have just fucked all of them! With your little snap, thousands of planes fell out of the goddamn sky! Millions of cars just lost their drivers and crashed into other cars that may have still had their drivers in them! Trains derailed, entire shipping vessels lost their crews. In other words, you just disrupted every major supply chain in existence and probably caused more starvation than you ever could have prevented.
Family, welcome to Irvington Unbound, the official newsletter of the SheridanSTBA Block Association. I'm Jay, the official elected official, hoping you and yours are happy, healthy, and prosperous. Please, do all the internet stuff, like, sub, share, speak, and away we go. Cat's out of the bag. We have 3 more episodes left. 60 episodes is a nice round number, and all things eventually have to come to an end. There will still be a bi-weekly news show on this channel because I really do enjoy doing this, talking about important and not so important stuff, and I appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by the channel. We aren't much, but we are a family that has accomplished a hell of a lot, but we'll chop that up later. On to the news. Locally, let me answer a question I get in real life a lot that I've tried addressing since the start of this show. What any elected official does with their junk is not news, it's gossip, and I really don't think the distinction is properly made anymore. Mayor Voss's divorce, amongst endless other drama, in no way, shape, or form moves anything in a direction other than neutral. Yet, unfortunately, salacious tales of alleged improprieties will always garner more attention than attempts at lowering taxes or addressing the overabundance of poverty. The directors' meeting yielded the usual complaints that equate to getting salt out of seawater by hand, but there was the announcement of Irvington residents being given priority hiring at a newly constructed local warehouse, and that's a pretty okay start. But once corporatization happens and the municipality gets its 10 cannabis licenses, hopefully they will get reasonably compensating manufacturing here. True economic mobility. What it seems Irvington is content with is knocking down structures just to rebuild what was previously there. From the car wash on Chancellor to the salt mine on Coit, it's the definition of running in place. Speaking of corporatization, yeah, what New Jersey's pushing through isn't really cannabis legalization, but adult use has cleared another committee. It's so weird how Jersey's cannabis scene overreacts to each and every little inch. You're stoners. Chill out. Just in case I wasn't clear, we're talking state news now, and sweet Christmas, the Garden State is spoiled produce. They weren't kidding about New Jersey becoming California East. I lived in Southern California, and I'm from here. One of these places is beginning to look an awful lot like the other. Since the sanctuary state movement began, it's as if there's been an acceleration of sorts, and it's going down fast and hard. Also, there's a new rain tax possibly coming to a municipality near you, so, enjoy that. Nationally, the 2020 race is going strong, with endless Democrat and independent nominees popping up out of the woodwork, raising issues such as abolishing the Electoral College, never gonna happen, reparations, legalizing prostitution, free college, really free everything, lowering the voting age, and I think Bernie brought up the drug war. And what's taking place is nothing short of a media-fueled frenzy that will ultimately wind up being pointless because the blue team has no viable platform nor candidate that will be able to overcome President Trump's incumbent advantage. It's just white noise, guys. Speaking of the president, Nancy Pelosi finally took impeachment off the table, likely as a preemptive strike for the Mueller report being a dud. What blows my mind is how deeply people are in their own rhetoric. Former DOJ officials have admitted that they've been spying on Trump since his candidacy. I know my government. If they could have knocked the Cheeto-in-Chief off by now, they would have way back then. But as an elected Dem in the party, I can personally attest to the delusions of grandeur that those within those circles indulge. They live on MSNBC and are completely convinced that not only are they right, but anyone who has an alternative perspective is crazy and slightly evil. No bueno, mi familia. Let's talk New Zealand. If you aren't up to speed, there were guys that live streamed massacring over 50 individuals at a mosque. Thoughts and prayers to those slain and their families. The media has taken the bait, and new calls for gun control are being called upon, and according to the shooter's manifesto, that's exactly what they wanted. They were radicalized after a trip to France, who still have the yellow vest protests going on over there, and it's taking place over the mass migration, which spurred the tragedy of which we speak. No one outside of the individuals that pulled the triggers are responsible for what happens when such events occur, be it PewDiePie, who we like, or Candace Owens, who we don't. Either way, to see the mainstream go out of its way to attribute this to anything besides the scumbags that did it is darn near intolerable. When it comes to gun control, it was a concept that I personally was all for until I saw the people of Venezuela who instituted gun control have their government fire on them as they sought to retrieve food and supplies. So now I'm just like, nope. Besides, New Jersey has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, and that doesn't really stop gun violence. That genie is out of the bottle. There are more registered guns than people in the US, and that doesn't include those unaccounted for. So, with that being said, thanks so much for putting up with me. Please, all the internet stuff, like, sub, share, speak, feel free to yell at me in the comments, and until the next video, love.
$1.
Oh, get away from me, you bum!
Buffy, can you see he's just hungry? Here you go, sir. A nice sandwich for you. See?
I said $1, bitch.
Ow!
I wanna let you love